Brendan Rodgers has gave his thoughts on the Green Brigade and their protest, and also Celtic's performance against Aberdeen. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And to simply sum up the Celtic board protest, which we've seen today in Pittodrie, says, I can only concentrate with the players on what we do on the field. He said, fans can protest, but we must focus on football. End of his little saying there. There were Celtic fans who were chanting sack the board during the game. Of course, they did have that banner, Celtic board on your heads, beat it, and all that crazy stuff. Of course, Celtic were getting beat in the game, but they did manage to claw a goal back. Celtic board can't be that bad, they got a wee goal back via one of the new January signings. So, yeah, Lol was getting pelters as well. A lot of people were getting pelters, man. But I feel like it's just only going to go into hyperdrive now, the fact that they've dropped more points. But Rodgers called for unity ahead of the game, and he said afterwards, I can only concentrate with the players on what we do on the field. You always find that winning games and performing well can ease those situations, and that's what we aim to do. Supporters pay their money. They have every right to say what they want to say. For us, it's the field. We can only control that. If we can do that, then we'll be okay. Rodgers, whose side lacked aggression in the second half, agreed it was very important not to let the complaints become a distraction to his players. Although the fans were chanting about the board before and after the game, they applauded the players' manager after the final whistle supported it throughout. He says, whatever goes on outside of the field, you have to be able to deal with that. He added, a club like Celtic, the biggest clubs, there will always be that pressure there. I don't need to add any more pressure to the players. They understand playing here. My job is to give them the confidence to find the results we need to find, but there's still so many games and a long, long way to go. There is a long way to go, man. It's crazy. He says there's a long way to go, many points to play for. This is the guy giving it his wee speech that Rangers are done for, and, the status has remained Celtic. He was doing play this. He was lucky. He was lucky in that old firm that, Kyogo did him a massive favour. Big Paulo Bernardo, because at the end of the day, Rangers dropped the ball. I mean, I've always said it this season, I think it's two average Old Firm teams. Brendan Rodgers can pretend that he's on his high horse and that his team's fantastic, but I think we know deep down that both teams aren't up to much. And honestly, it's within the tip of a flip of a coin. Sorry, honestly, I mean, what I would say is, while a lot of people don't seem to be talking about it, and I get it, the season doesn't start when another manager takes over, but since Clement's come in, Rangers have pulled back so many points on Celtic. They have. It's like, what, they've lost 8 points now? Something like that. It's crazy to think that, because, like I said, we all thought the season was over, but Brendan Rodgers replying here, and this was only a draw. It could have very easily been a defeat. I think, like I said earlier, it could have been a win for either team, and I don't think the other team really could have been too bothered by it. I mean, Aberdeen were their usual self against Celtic in the first half. Pretty diabolical it was. There is no two ways to defend. You can't even defend it, man, what they were doing in that fight. I don't even know what they were doing. Honestly, everything they did in the defence was just absolutely horrendous. But it did end 1-1, and that is where we're going to leave this video. Brendan Rodgers, he gives his thoughts on this. But what do you guys think on the protest? We've got also, if you want to check out Celtic fans reacting, that video was uploaded a bit earlier. And if you want to just check out the match review, check out, we also have the SPFL review show up, so you can review that. No, check out, sorry, not review it. You're not going to review us, double review, haha. Not a chance. But Rangers currently 3-0 up against Livingston, so, the gap is closing to 3 points with a game in hand. Things are getting spicy at the top. Oh, yeah. Slap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.